Okay, these are going to be the instructions for the DNA structure escape room. So in Google Classroom, you want to go in the classwork section, so that is up at the top, and then in the Unit 1 DNA and RNA structure section, and then you want to open up priority number 1, DNA structure escape room. So you should see two pieces in there. There's a Google Doc and a Google Forms. So basically, here's the deal. You are Super Mario, and you have been presented with the super task of saving Princess Peach's DNA structure. In order to save Princess Peach, you must work through the escape room puzzles to unlock the 4 keys and defeat 4 enemies, including the infamous Bowser. To defeat each enemy, you must look for clues to the locks in each puzzle. Now, for this one, the locks are going to consist of just numbers, so pay attention to that. Unlocking a lock is equal to defeating an enemy and leveling up in the game. Unlock all 4 locks to free Princess Peach. So, you should have the form open and the DNA structure escape room Google Docs. So, DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is the molecule of heredity. So heredity is genetics. So this is how your genetics get passed down from parent to offspring, offspring being like children. DNA contains the genetic blueprint for life. For organisms to grow and repair damaged cells, each cell must be capable of accurately copying itself. So how does the structure of DNA allow it to copy itself so accurately? Well, that's part of what you're going to learn. So basically, your DNA codes to make proteins, and proteins are the expression of your DNA. So you're kind of like a walking bag of proteins. We're going to learn about proteins when we get to the coronavirus vaccine, so put that on the table for right now. But in order to be able to understand that, you need to understand what DNA is like. So all of your questions on level 1 through 3 are going to be about Model 1, which is the structure of DNA. So the answers to the questions below are in this Model 1. So let's go over number 1 together. Number 1 says, what are the 3 parts of a nucleotide? Then you look up here and you see where it says nucleotide, and you see how that's a 3-part thing. So it has a deoxyribose sugar, a nitrogen-containing base, and a phosphate. So your answer to that would be B. And if you want, since you can edit this, you can highlight your answers. So then you can remember it, or you can write it down. Okay, so then once you have that answer, you're going to scroll down to the puzzle for level 1. Each level has its own puzzle. So our answer was B. So then you look on this clock and you see B is replacing what number? That's a 1. So that means your first number in your sequence that you're going to type in your form is a 1. Then you're going to repeat that process for question 2. So question 2 says, what kind of sugar is found in a nucleotide? So let's look up at the nucleotide. Here's the nucleotide, and here we see it says deoxyribose sugar. So your answer to number 2 would be A, deoxyribose. So then we're going to go back to our clock. We see A is replacing the number 9, so our second number is 9. Once you've got that, and you got all 4 letters answered and converted into numbers, you can use the letters more than once. It's all about what is the right answer. Not it shouldn't necessarily always be, like, you can reuse letters and numbers. So that's one question that you might have. So once you get all 4 of those in there, you want to enter those numbers to beat level 1. Then once you beat level 1, you want to scroll down to level 2 so you can defeat Shy Guy. So that's going to be on Model 1 as well, so we have another copy of that. And then you have answers for that, and then you have a puzzle, and on this puzzle, you have to trace from the letter to the number to convert that. So you're going to go all the way through the levels. Each time you want to pass a level, you got to go back to the escape room form. Once you get to the end, if you could screenshot the picture of you defeating Bowser and turn that in, that would be super cool. If not, that's okay. Just